Welcome. Today we are looking at the way of strange relationships. Let's turn our Bibles to Judges 13. We are looking at the story of Samson. And it says, "And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them into the hand of the Philistines 40 years. And there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren and bare not. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto the woman and said unto her, Behold, now thou art barren, and bearest not, but thou shalt conceive and bear a son. Now therefore beware, I pray thee, and drink not wine nor strong drink, and eat not any unclean thing. For lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head. For the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. Then the woman came and told her husband, saying, A man of God come unto me, and his countenance was like the countenance of an angel of God, very terrible. But I asked him not when he was, neither told me his name. And he said unto me, Behold, thou shalt conceive and bear a son. And now drink no wine nor strong drink, neither eat any unclean thing, for the child shall be a Nazarite to God from the womb to the day of his death. Then Manoah entreated the Lord and said, O Lord my God, let the man of God which thou didst send come again unto us, and teach us what we shall do unto the child that shall be born. And God hearkened to the voice of Manoah, and the angel of God came again unto the woman as she sat in the field. But Manoah, her husband, was not with her. And the woman made head and round, and showed her husband, and said unto him, Behold, the man had appeared unto me, that came unto me the other day. And Manoah arose and went after his wife, and came to the man, and said unto him, Art thou the man that speaketh unto the woman? And he said, I am. And Manoah said, Now let thy words come to pass. How shall we order the child, and how shall we do unto him? And the angel of the Lord said unto Manoah, Of all that I said unto the woman, let her beware. She may not eat of anything that cometh of the vine, neither let her drink wine or strong drink, nor eat any unclean thing. All that I commanded her, let her observe. And Manoah said unto the angel of the Lord, I pray thee, let us detain thee until we have made ready a kid for thee. So, this was a husband and wife that had been married for a long time. They had no child. And then the Bible recorded, in the times the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them into the hands of the Philistines 40 years. So it was at this time of their suffering from the hands of the Philistines that the angel of the Lord appeared to Manoah's wife and told her that, Behold, you shall conceive, even though you have been barren. You shall bear a son, but let me warn you beforehand. You shall not drink wine, nor strong drink, nor eat any unclean thing. For the son you are going to bear, no razor shall come on his head. For that child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, and he shall be a deliverer. He shall deliver the children of Israel out of the hands of the Philistines. The angel of the Lord told this to Manoah's wife. And when she came and told the husband said, Please, God, send your angel again to order our steps aright. God hearkened to their prayer and sent the angel again. And he told them the same thing he had said beforehand. And it came to pass, when all these things had happened, the Lord received their burnt offering. The women bare a son, that's verse 24, and called his name Samson. And the child grew, and the Lord blessed him. And the Spirit of the Lord began to move him at times in the camp of Dan between Zorah and Eshtaol. So they obeyed what God told them to obey during his pregnancy. They gave birth to the boy. He was called Samson. And the Spirit of the Lord began to move him at times. Now, this is a man that is concentrated to God. A man that is not to. No strong wine shall come near him. He shall not eat anything unclean. He shall not mingle with things that are not pleasing to the Lord. And this Samson decided to love strange women. And the Bible says in Judges 14, And Samson went down to Timnath, and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. And he came up and told his father and his mother. and said, I have seen a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. Now therefore get her for me to wife. Then his father and his mother said unto him, Is there never a woman among the daughters of my brethren, or among all my people, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines? And Samson said unto his father, Get her for me, for she pleases me. This was a person that God has given instruction. The mother should not mingle with anything unclean when she was pregnant of him. Now wanted to go and marry an uncircumcised Philistine. Now let's go to Judges 16. Then Samson went to Gaza and saw there a harlot and went in unto her. And it was told the Gazites, saying, Samson is come hither. And they compassed him in and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city, and were quiet all night, saying, In the morning when it is day, we shall kill him. He was not to mingle with anything unclean. After he had gone to the woman of Timnath, that one passed. He now went to Gaza and saw a harlot and went in unto her. He went to sleep with a harlot in Gaza. That was not all. Chapter 16 of verse 4 says, And it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and said unto her, Entice him and see wherein his great strength lieth, and by what means we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him. And we will give thee, every one of us, 1,100 pieces of silver. And Delilah said to Samson, Tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth, and wherewith thou mightest be bound to afflict thee. And Samson said unto her, If they bind me with 7 green whites that were neither dried, then shall I be weak and be as another man. Then the lords of the Philistines brought up to her 7 green wheats, which had not been dried, and she bound him with them. And there were men lying in wait, abiding with her in the chamber. And she said unto him, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he brake the wheat as a thread of tow is broken when it touched the fire. So his strength was not known. And Delilah said unto Samson, Behold, thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Now tell me, I pray thee, wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, If they bind me fast with new ropes that never were occupied, then shall I be weak and be as another man. And Delilah therefore took new ropes and bound him therewith, and said unto him, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And there were liars in wait, abiding in the chamber. And he brake them from off his hands like a thread. And Delilah said unto Samson, Hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, If thou wilt vest the 7 locks of my hair with the web. And she fastened it with pin, and said unto him, The Philistine be upon thee, Samson. And he awaked out of his sleep, and went away with the pin of the beam, and with the web. And she said unto him, How can thou say, I love thee, when thy heart is not with me? Thou mockest me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy strength lieth. And it came to pass, when she pressed him daily with her words, and urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death, that he told her all his heart, and said unto her, There had not come a razor unto my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, Come up this once, for he has shown me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines come up unto her and brought money in their hands. And she made him sleep upon her knees. And she called for a man, and caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. And she said, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke out of his sleep, and said, I will go out as other time before, and shake himself. And he wist not that the Lord was departed from him. But the Philistine took him, put out his eyes, and brought him down to Gaza, and bound him with fetters of brass. And he did grind in the prison house. Howbeit, the hair of his head began to grow again after he was shaven. Today we are looking at beware of strange relationships. This man, Samson, was anointed. The Lord has already set him apart to be a Nazarite unto him, to be set apart to him, to serve the Lord, and that the lock of his hair will not be shaven. He was not to drink strong wine. He was not to mingle with anything that is unclean. But this man kept going a woo. He first of all loved the woman of Timnath. Then he went in onto a harlot. And then he went to the valley of Sorek and saw a woman, a Delilah, and he went in onto her. He now loved Delilah with everything that he has. And this Delilah was approached by the lords of the Philistines and said, this man, Samson, has been tormenting us. We want you to help us to find out the secret of his power, the source of his power, the source of his strength, and tell us, we will pay you 1,100 pieces of silver. And because of this monetary value that was placed on him, every day she tell me your secret. I want to know, why are you different from other men? He told her, bind me with green wheats. She tried that, it didn't work. He said, bind me with ropes that has not been used. She tried that. He said, use a web, tie my hair. She did that. At every point in time, this man was able to rouse whenever he was. They told him that the Philistines are upon him and he will go away. But this woman discovered that he has not told him the secret of his strength, the secret of his power. The Bible says it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words and urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death. He told her the secret of his life, the secret of his destiny. He told her what sets him apart from all other men. He told her what makes the Spirit of the Lord to be upon him. He said, a razor has not come upon my head, for I've been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like other man. Immediately Delilah discovered that he has told him the truth. She called the lords of the Philistines. Come. They brought the money. She made Samson to sleep upon her knees. She called for a man that came and shaved off the 7 locks of his hair. She began to afflict him. And he said, I will go out as at that time before, and shook himself. He did not know that the Lord has departed from him. If he had not gone into a strange woman, he would not have been exposed. He would not have been pressed so to know the secrets of his destiny. That is why, as single sisters, single brothers, Christian sisters, do not mingle with strange people. Do not mingle with a strange man. Do not mingle with a strange woman. Because he mingled with her, he found favor. She found favor in his sight. He released the secrets of his life. And that was the beginning of his downfall. Because he released the secret of his life, where the source of his power lies, they cut off the lock of his hair. The Philistines were able to capture him. They put out his eyes. They brought him down to Gaza. They bound him with chains, fetters of brass, and he became a grinder in the prison yard. This was a man, a deliverer for the children of Israel. Because of his love for strange women, he was reduced to a grinder in the prison yard. It is like saying, how are the mighty fallen? How is the deliverer brought down? He was brought to his knees because he mingled with a strange woman, because he went to dine with his enemies, because he went to sleep with his enemy. He went to dine with the enemy in his den. He was brought down. He was made a laughing stock of his enemies. This was a man that was busy all through the days of his life, tormenting the Philistines, destroying their gates, destroying them, killing them in battle. Was brought down on the laps of a woman. Are you a child of God? Are you a daughter of Zion? Are you a son of God? Are you dining with the devil? Are you mingling with who you are not supposed to mingle with? Beware. That strange relationship might cost you your walk with God. When his secret was known and the lock on Samson's head was cut off, the Bible recorded that the Spirit of the Lord that has always been upon him when he was a child departed from him. He became just like an ordinary man. And it was easy for the Philistines to capture him, to put out his eyes, to bind his feathers of brass, and to turn him into a grinder in the prison. Beware of relationships you keep. When the Lord said, thou shalt not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. It was because of this that you may be able to fulfill your destiny, that you may be able to be the deliverer that the Lord has appointed for you to be, to deliver the people that he has assigned to you. Do not be like Samson, that went to dine with the devil and got caught in the process. He went to dine with the devil. His locks, his secret was known. His secret was released. His secret was exposed. And they cut off the locks of his head. He just became like an ordinary man. He was a man with no eyes because his eyes were plucked out. He was bound with feathers of brass. He became a grinder in the prison yard. This was a deliverer for the children of Israel. Although the Lord had mercy on him at the later part of his life, when his hair began to grow, and he was able to kill more at his death than he was able to kill while he was alive. It is a lesson for us that are still living, that are children of the Lord, to stay away from where he said we should not go, not to mingle with people that we are not supposed to mingle with, but to walk in the ways of the Lord, to let the words of the Lord be a light unto a path and a lamp unto our feet, to guide us in the way that we should go, that we will be able to fulfill destiny, that we will be able to do the works of the Father while it is yet day. For night cometh when no man can walk. We should be able to be like Apostle Paul that said, I have run the race, I have finished the course. He was able to die empty because he accomplished the purpose. Let this be what we run with. Let this be our heart cry, that Father, help me to run in your counsel, to walk in your ways. Let your lights lead my path, be a lamp unto my feet, that I will not stumble. If you like our videos, kindly subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you get our videos as they drop.